Hi guys, welcome to my crafty corner. It is Wednesday night. I believe it's around 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm not sure. Because of all the wonderful things that I have in my little corner of this room, a clock is not one of them. So I am locked away in my craft room, and I want to say it was about 45 minutes ago, I was watching a live periscope of a crafter who will remain nameless, and although I love her work and so forth, she made a comment that it just dug at me and dug at me and dug at me. So I came to my craft room and I dug out this stamp and these papers, and I just wanted to come on and just make a quick video. Okay, so here's the comment. She said a lot of wonderful things in this Periscope, but there was, people talk on Periscope, they type in their little comments and whatnot. And what she said was, what the person had typed was, oh, I never get a good impression with my stamps. I can never find a way to make my stamps work, and blah, 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 is what she was saying. And the person hosting the Periscope said, well, often it's the quality of the material that you're using. If you're using a cheaper stamp, then you have to expect you're going to get poor results. And if you're using cheaper markers, you will get poor results. And literally, I'm not joking when I tell you this is what they said. And it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because that's not what crafting is all about. Crafting is about, one, fulfilling some sort of a need within yourself, a calming, if you will, or a joy of giving it to someone else, or just exploring new venues and watching what comes of it. Now, as you guys know, I tend to be a perfectionist, something I'm trying hard to get over, but I just wanted to say a few things while I tell you about what I did here. So this little stamp right here is from Michael's. I'm going to leave it on the white paper so you can see it. I'm trying to stay kind of far away from my camera because I'm in my PJs. Don't even have on my famous white sweater. So here is the little stamp set, and it was a little 99-cent stamp, which actually I got 25% off of my total order. I got it about a year ago, but I have seen it in the store recently, actually. It's one of those Gigi beans or jelly beans, or, it's on the end caps, and it was 99 cents. Okay, I picked it up because I thought the fan and the Stay Cool, I thought it was super cute. So it has a little fan, Stay Cool, and I'm a fan of you. So I picked it up. I've used it one time before. I liked it just fine. I didn't have a problem with it, and it's not polymer, it's just rubber. You can see little lines and etching in it where it has flaws. It's not a Lawn Fawn stamp, guys, it's not. And you know how much I love my Lawn Fawn stamps, but this is a perfectly good medium for artwork. It's beautiful. So I dug it out. So then, to be true to form here, I wanted to just show that you can make something beautiful and you can have a lot of fun, and it doesn't matter about the quality of what you're using. I have Copics up here. Let me grab some. I've got Copics. I got blue Copics. I don't have gray Copics, but I have gray Spectrum Noirs, right? The thing is that it doesn't matter. So I have a few Copics. I don't use them all the time. Today I created this little card, which I haven't finished. I made 2 of them because, I always make 2s. I used Bic Markets, which, by the way, Bic Markets aren't cheap either, guys. You know what I'm saying? So for her to just throw in cheap products, nothing is cheap anymore. It all costs money. So it's I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. So I used red and a couple of blues because the red's very easy. I put it on very lightly. In fact, I even used a little hint under my red, a little hint of this peachy color first, just to give it a little light color in the middle, and then I went over it in red again just to give it a little contrast. But so those are the colors that I used right here. Bic markers. They're alcohol based, so they blend a little bit. And I stamped the fan on my white cardstock. The blue base and the red base underneath are Recollections. They came in one Recollections paper. It came in one pack. It was $2.50 for the pack. I think it had, you know, your standard red, blue, green, yellow, orange, maybe 5 colors. You guys know what it is. You've seen it. So I use that as a base. I used a little piece of rubber that I'm going to sit it up on because I'm going to show you a trick about that in just a second. But you don't even have to do that. If you've got some white cardstock that's maybe not so great, or maybe you've colored on it or whatever, cut it up into little scales. Cut it up into little squares and use it to, you know, to put a layering behind to give you a little up instead of buying the expensive tape. So, you know, you can do all kinds of things. But I don't know why I'm going to the light. I'm showing the light like I'm talking to the light bulb because that's, you know, the camera's up here and I'm facing that way, so I'm talking to the light bulb. Yeah, I might have a mental issue. So I'm hoping you can see this. So what I did is I colored it. First of all, I stamped it all in one try. Look at that. Crystal clear stamping, not a problem. Perfectly good to give to anybody you love or care about, right? 99 cents, guys. And then what I did to doll it up a little bit is, of course, I colored my fan blades in gray, and then I put glossy accents on there. So the most expensive item that I used to make this card was my $5 glossy accents. You know what I'm saying? And it's gorgeous. I backed it, or I'm going to be backing it as soon as it dries. I'm going to be backing it on this little piece of foam, but look how thin that is. All you need is 2 pieces more of this paper and you could back it up yourself on and not even have to use the tape. And then I'm going to be putting it on a piece of blue cardstock. And then I'll put it on the front of a card. And look how cute that is. Not bad for a 99-cent stamp. And I think it's just beautiful. And the person that I give this to is going to be flabbergasted. They'll be, oh, she loves me. Okay, that might have been a little dramatic, but you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say really is that you can create beautiful things with inexpensive things. You don't have to have the best of everything. So here is the red one. I did the red one the same way, only I used a little bit of pink first, and then I put the red over it lightly, and then I put the red over it darker around the edges just to give it a little bit of dimension. Colored in with one color gray marker, and then I went over it with glossy accents so that it looks like our fan blades are metal, and stamped it out. I used My Favorite Thing stitch dies in square. And then I stamped out a piece of foam just because I had some extra pieces of foam. That's the only reason I did that. Or I would have used cardboard. I do use the foam tape, but you know, guys, the foam tape is expensive. This tape runner right here, this is expensive. These are the things that kill your crafting budget, in my opinion. You got to try to find ways to lower your expenses so that you can buy more things that are crafty. I use almost exclusively, I use art glitter glue, which I've told you guys that 100 times. It's my glue of choice. That's what it looks like. It's Old Faithful. I love it. And it does its job every time. So when this glossy accents dries, I'm going to be putting it on the back. Then I'll be putting it on the foam. And then I'll be putting the foam on the back of the card. What's going to happen when you do this, when you make it just a little bit shorter, what's going to happen is when you glue it down to here, to your card, and you start pressing it down, there's a void. I made it shorter. Remember, it's shorter than that. So there's a void. So as you start to press it down, look what happens. That fan pops up at you. It looks like it's even rounder than it really is when it's on a flat paper. So it's just beautiful. So I'm going to be putting these on a couple of cards. As soon as it dries, I'll be finishing it out, putting it on a nice little square card with a nice little note on the inside, and it's gorgeous, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. I would like to do more of these actually, where I just kind of come on and talk and just say that, you know, if you're not getting the best stamp, if you've got a 99-cent jelly bean stamp like this and you're not getting the best stamp, 1, wash it. 2, stamp it off on a piece of paper and then stamp it again. If you're still not getting a good stamp, try a different piece of paper, because I'm telling you, I have tried, what is it, correlations or coordinations, or I have tried cardstock that was just a cardstock from Walmart. That was just bad. It was just bad. It was cheap, bad paper, and it wasn't very smooth, and it had a lot of bumps and ridges, so this didn't stand a chance to stamp on it. But everything, all the paper that I own now, I could stamp this stamp on no problem. And by the way, this was stamped with this was not stamped with VersaFine. It was stamped with our normal Copic. Hold on, I'll tell you which one. Let me reach to get it. Oh no, not our normal. I stamped this one with my favorite things, the hybrid ink pad, instead of the Memento. But I like this. I like this quite a bit, actually. Nothing bled, just a little bit. If you notice, right up at the top, right here of the fan, the ink was just a little. This ink was just a little heavier when I did the fan, so it hadn't quite dried. So when you use this ink, just make sure the ink is dry before you go, or you know, it might bleed a little bit. So there's all that is about that. And then I added a little bit of glitter to it as well. Yeah, that's an added cost, but what it makes it look so much better. And I used, which one? Oh, this one. This one is the Spectrum Noir. How do I feel about this one, guys? Have I told you that yet? Hold on. Here's my Winkostella. All right, the biggest differences between these two, because you guys know I throw Winkostella on everything. I'd paint it on my fingernails if I could get away with it. It's just that pretty. So the Winkostella is finer, I think, and more luxurious looking. Okay, this comes out a little thicker, a little faster, a little waterier. So you get a lot of coverage, but I mean, it's like ice. It's like crystals. Now the other thing is that anything wet, any like wet ink that you put this on, or watercolors or anything like that, it's going to pick up the color. So you're going to be able to see the color on the tip. See a little bit of blue on there? I've already cleaned it off, but you can still see. So it does pick up the color, which the Winkostella does not. Price-wise, I think they're about the same. I got a really good deal on a set of 3 of these, but I'm actually not sure I'm going to continue to use them. I really like my Winkostella the best. But so that's it, guys. I just wanted to come on and say, have fun with all the stamps that you have. You know, work with them a little bit and see which way they're going to work for you, and then just go for it. Just do it. Don't listen to someone who's going to tell you you've got to have the best made stamps or the best made markers or the best watercolors or watercolor pencils or the best anything. You figure out what's best for you in your crafting and what's in your budget in your crafting, and then you go for it. And that's a struggle we all have. I know we all struggle with, you know, how much to spend or not spend on crafting, because you know, they have new releases every single month now, all these companies do, and it's so hard not to want to go buy, but we have such a stash of stuff in our own rooms that we're not using. So hey, let's make a pat together. Let's use our stuff, okay? Are you with me there? We're going to start using our stuff. I'll make it a day and we'll do it all together. So here you go. This is my my little rant tonight, but I just wanted to share it with you. I'll post a couple of pictures once it dries, but they won't be exciting. I'm just going to be putting them on white. You guys know I like that whole white base, so they'll be just sitting on top of a white base of a card like that, looking all cute. Isn't that cute? And remember, you don't have to use the foam at all. You can put it down flat if you wanted to. It's still going to be just as cute if you glued it down straight, right? It's still just as cute, actually. All right, that's all I got to say tonight, guys. I love you all. I hope you all have a great night. And thanks for letting me rant. And I will come back and see you in the morning. No, I got Pikachu in the morning, so Pikachu equals grandson, in case you didn't know. So I won't see you in the morning, but I will definitely see you Saturday for my last D-stash, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.